I've got two strong takes this morning I've got to start the show with. And the first one is Matt Stafford won MVP last night by a vote over Drake Maye. I would have voted Matt Stafford. Both are excellent. I don't think it would have been difficult for me to make the decision. And here's why. Because there's one thing that's not discussed about Matt Stafford. So Drake Maye led the NFL in scrambles. Clear advantage over Stafford. But Stafford dominated him in so many other important things. Like Stafford had twice as many what they call big-time throws. Stafford also faced the Seattle Seahawks defense twice, right? And by the way, did very well against the Seattle defense. Stafford played a much better schedule. Stafford had fewer what they call quarterback miscues, sacks, fumbles, interceptions. Stafford had 38. Maye had 63. So Drake actually led the NFL in fumbles. So you got more big plays. You got fewer mistakes. And more touchdown passes, but you don't get the mobility. But to me, here's really the difference between the two. There is a reason in this country you cannot be president until you're 35. Matt Stafford understands the why on every play. Drake Maye is 23. He's still trying to figure out the what. It's like great parenting. You don't have to save your kids. If you're a great parent, you don't put them in positions to be saved. Great presidents are like that. Matt Stafford's like that. He's a Jedi master at the line of scrimmage. You ever watch how often the Rams go to the line of scrimmage and he's changing plays? He's getting you out of trouble. He's getting you into yards. Drake Maye can't do that. And maybe it's the fact that Stafford's got 4 daughters. He's been married for years. But there is a calmness and a maturity and an EQ. I mean, think about this. Matt Stafford has more fourth quarter comeback wins than Drake Maye has career starts. He's attempted 8,800 passes. Drake Maye's at 800. They're just different people. Life experience. We won't let you be president until your mid-30s, and I'd suggest we go to 40. I mean, I'm getting tired of the 70 and 80s, but there's a reason we have that. And so it's not just that I get more big plays. Because you can argue, well, you got Devontae Adams, you got Puka Nacua, you got all those tight ends, although I would argue New England's receiving core is really deep and Hunter Henry's excellent. The Rams do have a better offensive line, but it comes down to the maturity and the seasoning, and parents don't get credit for keeping their kids out of trouble so they don't have to save them. And Stafford does that as well as anybody in the NFL. This week, I had Tom Brady on the show, and we weren't even talking MVP debate. And he just randomly brought up Matt Stafford.
When you have a very highly intellectual quarterback, let's look at Matt Stafford, who's going to probably win MVP. That's how he walks to the line of scrimmage now. He's got 17 years of wisdom. He can now say, great, there's a very high percentage chance that this play is actually going to work. Let's run it. That's how you continue to take growth as a quarterback and level up every single year, because the processing information, the speed of processing information can get better as you get older. And that's why I think you see a lot of success from quarterbacks in their mid to late 30s.
You know, when you have an older brother and a younger brother, many times the younger brother will get upset, and a bad moment becomes a bad hour, becomes a bad afternoon, becomes a bad day, and the older brother is like, you'll get it later. Don't worry, buddy. You're going to understand it years from now. Drake Maye is still trying to figure out when he goes to the offensive line, when he goes out of the huddle and he's ready to take the snap, he's still trying to figure out the what. Matt Stafford's like, within seconds, understands the why. And if you watch Stafford every snap, and I did, he is at a Brady Manning level that very few quarterbacks, in my opinion, ever get to. Okay, so, you had the NFL big event last night, and they're giving out awards, NFL honors, and people are really incensed. this week. It's you don't get people to join forces very often. Everybody's doing their own thing in America, but everybody is just outraged that Bill Belichick didn't get in first ballot to the Hall of Fame. So I just want to close this matter. Okay, first of all, let's talk Hall of Fames. The Basketball Hall of Fame lets in officials and Meadowlark Lemon. His commitment and confetti got him in. The Baseball Hall of Fame doesn't allow the all-time home run leader or the all-time hits leader. Okay, got it. The NFL Hall of Fame outrageously and egregiously for 1 year made Belichick wait. And people are losing their you-know-what. Spygate 1, Spygate 2, first-round pick, third-round pick, fines taken away, 45% winning percentage without Brady. Can we take a deep breath? Can we take a deep breath? Hall of Fames are museums. So they serve primarily three functions. Number one, they're field trips for kids. They're a way to burn a day if you're a senior. And it's where guys take their girlfriend to make them feel that they're more sophisticated. That's the majority of people that go to museums. Field trips, burn a day as an 80-year-old, or impress your girlfriend. Something to remember. You get in or you don't. You get a jacket or you don't. The Louvre opened in 1793. Mona Lisa did not get in until 1797. She did not get in. Yeah, nobody, 10 million people a year go to the Louvre and look at the Mona Lisa. Not one of them has ever said, she wasn't first ballot. Nobody's ever said that. By the way, why not? She was bad with the press, and if you take Da Vinci out, very thin resume. But in the end, you can't tell the story of the Italian Renaissance without her, so she got the jacket. Nobody cares. And that Louvre is more important than the Pro Football Hall of Fame globally. Nobody's asking when. Luke Kuechly got in last night. Awesome. Awesome. One of the great guys ever. One of the great linebackers ever. 20 years from now, nobody's asking when did he get in. I get more worked up that Green Day got in before Pearl Jam and Bon Jovi. I'm still pissed about that. That's what works me up. But if Mona Lisa, 4 years, outrageous. Spygate 1, Spygate 2, multiple fines, $2 million in fines, taking away first-round picks, third-round picks. And I'm sorry, Jimmy Johnson without Troy Aikman and an old Dan Marino still won 58% of his games. You take out Brady, go look at the resume. He's got the winning percentage of Jerry Glanville. Funny guy, not a great football coach. So can we all take a deep breath? Just take a deep breath. You get a jacket or you don't. You get in or you don't. You don't get everything in life. And if you are viewed as somebody, and I don't think this is even disputable, that kind of push the envelope with the rules, Colin, everybody did it. Next time you get audited, tell the IRS agent that. Everybody cheats on their taxes. It's not going to work. I said it earlier this week. You get pulled over by law enforcement after a couple of beers. Hey, everybody else here's a little sauce too. That's not going to work. There is a tax and a price to pay if you are seen, regardless of the number of trophies. If you were fined multiple times, if they took away draft picks multiple times, he has to wait a year. A year. The Pro Football Hall of Fame, the headline this morning was, has this forever tarnished the Football Hall of Fame? I don't even know where the Hockey Hall of Fame is. Barry Bonds and Pete Rose aren't in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And they let in officials to the Basketball Hall of Fame. Football Hall of Fame is just fine. Mona Lisa got the gold jacket. She got the jacket. She's in.